Alright, welcome back to Wild Mountain Lodge, my sandbox build here in Planet Zoo. So before I get started today, I wanted to go over something. You may notice that my map looks just a little bit different. I took a couple hours of just off-camera building time and terraformed it a little bit. I've also planned out my layout, and the way that I did this, we'll take a closer look at it in a minute. The way I did it is using these items here. Now, these did come from the workshop. So I believe they are from, let's see if I can find it here, because I want to give credit where credit is due, because this is an awesome workshop item. It's so useful. Where is it here? That's not it. Okay, well, I know I had it here. I want to say that it was Forumtastic who made this. What these are... Oh, where are we? Aha, here it is. Okay, view on Steam Workshop. So I just wanted to show you this really quick here. Size references habitat areas. And yes, Forumtastic is the one who made this awesome thing. If you need help planning out your layouts of your zoos, if you have trouble visualizing the scale of your habitats and making them really too big or too small, I tend to do that all the time. This is so useful. Yeah, go and find this on the workshop. It's just absolutely wonderful. So what it is these circles and squares that are of different sizes, ranging everywhere from 250 square meters, so suitable for something like red panda or pangolin, all the way up to 3,000 square meters. So we put two of these together, guess what? You have a polar bear habitat. So what I have done is I have taken this and laid out the entire layout of what Wild Mountain Lodge is going to be. So over here, today's build is going to be finishing the llama and the camel. So I want to get our domestic animals in. Llamas and Bactrian camels are both domesticated animals, so they're going to go here in the barnyard. Moving over this way is going to be North America, and I've used the in-game font pieces to just kind of lay out what's going to be here. Going to have multiple wolf habitats, because again, this is a sanctuary, not a zoo. Sanctuary is going to take in multiples of different animals. They're going to house them in non-breeding, size-appropriate, group-appropriate settings. So we're going to have multiple grizzly habitats. Going to have some implied habitats in here. There's going to be a black bear habitat. I may go ahead and throw a Formosan black bear in there, even though they're not the same species that we have here in North America. This is meant for our American black bear, our Ursus americanus. We have bobcat and cougar. I hope we get these in game someday. And then also our doll sheep and our reindeer are going to be over here. This is going to be super fun. I'm going to do an implied aviary, mixed aviary, because one thing Wild Mountain Lodge would do if it were a real place is they would probably be engaged in wildlife rehab, rehabbing baby injured native animals that would be brought to them, and then ones that are non-releasable, because sometimes you get something that's too injured to be released or it's too habituated to people, becomes a ambassador animal. So we would have some implied habitats for those, our opossums, skunks, and foxes, squirrels. I'm going to put in an amphitheater here. We'll have little animal talks where a keeper would bring out something like a tame possum and let people see it and give talks on it. So moving on from North America will be Far East. This is going to be a fun build. I'm looking forward to getting into this. The brown bear, red pandas, Komodo dragons, the snow leopard, and then our Formosan black bear. I just labeled it moon bear because it's shorter than spelling out Formosan. It's just another name for the Asiatic black bear. And then the Asian elephant habitat's going to go all over here. It's going to be huge. There's actually probably going to be multiples. We're going to have one for cows and one for bulls. We're going to have a big barn. That's going to be super fun. Moving on from that, coming into Australia, there's going to be a little Australian section with the kangaroos and the dingoes and the saltwater crocs. Probably going to do an implied sugar glider habitat there because, again, this would be a sanctuary for rescued exotic pets. Then into Tiger Trail, which is what this is going to be. Multiple tiger habitats. I'm trying to find some white ones on the workshop because white tigers... they're quite problematic. and tend to show up in sanctuaries quite a bit. We'll talk about that a lot more when we actually build this. It's going to be a lot of fun. This will be the tropical Africa area, so we will have some flamingos in here. I'm not putting them at the start of the zoo, but they can go elsewhere. Our mandrills, our lemurs, our chimps be over this way, bonobos, a couple of smaller implied exhibits for some of the more heavily trafficked African cats, like the servals and the caracals, and some of the smaller primates as well, like our vervet colobus monkeys, bush babies as well. We'll do an implied bush baby habitat. We've got bongos, got our warthogs over here. And then into the big savanna habitat. I didn't lay this one out with the circle pieces because it's just going to be one big mixed herd type setting. We're also going to have our cheetahs, an implied fennec fox habitat, again another animal I'm desperate to have in the game. Wild dogs, hyenas, we'll have an implied leopard habitat, probably put a jaguar in there temporarily, our lions, and then into South America is going to have one really big building down here. It's not going to be quite as extensive as the other areas, but it's going to house the capuchin monkeys, the caimans, and then the jaguars. That is going to be so much fun to build. But today I'm going to finish the barnyard. So, to get started, what I want to do is open up, if the keys won't get stuck on me. What I want to do is open up the interior of the barn here so that we have our stalls for our camels and our llamas to go into, and these are just kind of run-in stalls. So, just going to take that out over here, and then on this one, we'll take that one out right there. We go ahead and start the habitat with the habitat gate. Now, if you were not aware, if you come into here and place down a habitat gate without connecting it to a fence first, you can then snap the entire habitat to a grid. So I'm actually just going to put our keeper gate right here next to this. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do want to do that. And then I'm going to run null barriers through the entire wooden fence here. Or through these wooden walls, sorry. And then, coming out here, we'll do chain link again. And then I will do, I'll put my wooden fence that I have over here on top of it. And let's see, come around. I'm not going to make my habitat exactly to this, it's just a size reference, so I want to cut this in here a ways. We'll have some straight sections of fence because this would be like the older section of the zoo or the park that had been here. But I don't want to make it square or too boring like that, so we'll come out like this. Want the visitors, when they're walking along this path, to be able to get a decent look at the animals, but they're probably not going to stop and linger too much because you know, llamas and camels aren't the super high draw animals the way that that tigers or something like that would be, where visitors are always going to stop and stare as soon as they can possibly see them. Then I want to divide this in half. I'm going to take this fence piece right here. I'm going to move it so that it's just in the center right there. And I'll just divide this off. Let's see if I can get that snap straight. Just kind of divide this in half here. Yeah, we'll come like that. Just kind of make it slightly more organic. And now I want to put a habitat gate on this side here. And we'll just snap that one to the fence right here. Get these connected up to the paths, and then I want to get the animals in here. So I always like to get the animals in before I start actually building out the habitat. I think it, I don't know, just seeing the animals move around and how they utilize the space kind of helps me design it a little bit. So I never go in to a habitat design with a solid idea. Usually I have an idea of what I want to do, but it's not, like, set in stone. So we'll kind of run the keeper gate along the fence there, or the keeper path. There we go, staff path, that's what it's called. Words are hard sometimes. Now I'm going to go ahead and, because we've got the habitats in place, just delete these two. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's really fun. Why is it doing this? Okay. Okay. Back. I have no idea why it does that. I have a brand new mouse and keyboard. It shouldn't. Every now and then the controls just get sticky like that, and then the cursor disappeared and was acting weird. I had to restart the game and then restart Steam. I have no idea why. Okay, where was I? Yes, putting the animals in. So we're gonna put the camels and the llamas in. So first I want to look at Zopedia. Look at our Bactrian camel will be first. They're alphabetical, so first up. Take a look, so 650 square meters, that's per animal, and we're going to have multiples, so we're going to have 1 male and up to 10 females. I think we are going to have, we may just go with a solely female, a female bachelor herd. And then I want to take a look at our llamas. We can have up to 11 in total. Let's see, llama, there it is. Up to 30! 30 males and 30 females. Okay, at least 2. Alright, let's see what we have. Good thing about Sandbox is there will always be animals available. You never have to go through that noise of, oh, why is there no... Why are there no female mandrills? Why are there no male tigers? Oh, okay. And we'll get one more. That should be enough, at least for now. Good thing about Sandbox, I can multi-click. Look at that. No, I don't want to select them all. Why did I do that? Wrong button. There we go. Send to zoo, and they're going to go in that side. And we're unpaused, so Keeper should be running this way with the animals. And llamas. There we are. Oh, we have good colors. And I'm not worrying about the source on these because I'm breeding, because these would be our game farm animals, so they would have been here, and go ahead and mix males and females because my breeding turned off, so it's not going to be a problem. How many did I get? Okay, that's a lot. So we're going to have 11 llamas. And here they come. So because this is kind of a barnyard style paddock, there's not going to be a whole lot of grass in these enclosures. It's going to be kind of trampled down and eaten down. Anyone who has kept horses will know what I mean. They tend to, hoof stock just kind of decimates the ground cover pretty quickly, especially when they're a little bit more confined on something smaller than what a pasture would be. And while they are bringing the animals in, I'm going to grab my custom fences over here and just start getting these in. adjust that so those aren't poking through. I'm gonna adjust the length for some reason. Oh, I must have grabbed the shorter piece. That makes sense. There we go. Okay, so I wanted to duplicate that, not move it. Now, I thought I had built these to 4-meter length. But apparently not. Okay, try that. Yeah, that looks correct. Put these so that they overlap the fence correctly. And then hire in a couple new keepers. Because I have all of our keepers assigned to work zones right now, so I'm gonna, right now, before I do anything else, make some work zones. There they are. I moved them, I need to move those back. Llamas, if I can spell today. Alright, so that one is assigned to llamas, and this one will be assigned to camels. And they can share the staff building, at least for now. Alright, got those in. And unpause. Let's see. Alright, we have our camels in. And see about the space. Okay, yeah, they have like triple the amount of space that they need. That works. I'll probably actually build out some smaller pens and whatnot in here as we go along, so they don't like the amount of soil, but they do like sand, and sand will work very well in here for the idea that I had, and I need to check and see if they can actually fit in the barn. Yeah, sand will be fine. And then they want some rock for some reason. Okay, I guess that does make sense. They are from Mongolia. They're from the Gobi Desert. It's pretty rocky there. Well, they're easy to make happy. And can they... Oh yes, they can fit! Yay! Or they'd be too tall. So, they have hard shelter. Their habitat is good. I'll put like a rock formation or something in there just so that we don't have this random bare patch of tiled rock texture on the ground there. Go ahead and get these just a little bit more. They're just slightly off the grid, and it makes it kind of tough to get them lined up exactly correctly here. Here come the llamas. Okay, so we need to sort out terrain here. So they like more grass and less soil. They do like a little bit of sand. Kind of get that a little bit. But like I said, I'm not worrying about making this 100% to their needs. Welfare's, important, but I have it turned off so there will be no protesters showing up. And like I said, I want this to look like a fairly realistic barnyard. Maybe we'll put like a water feature, a little bit of a pond in here to account for the stubborn grass that wants to grow. Okay, what else do we need? Our terrain is good. Pretty happy with the plants, which is good. They do need some enrichment. We'll get that in for them. And what do the llamas like? We like a hanging grazer feeder. Put that over here by the fence. Gives them a rubbing color. Grab ball, and then I'll get the grazer ball. That's in for them. And then the camels. And they like exactly the same thing. Well, that's easy. Give them the hanging grazer over there. We'll give them the barrel feeder. And the... Okay, they need a lot of food enrichment. Another one? Seriously? Wow, that's a lot of food enrichment. And one rubbing color. That's... Yeah, we'll give them a couple grab balls too. Okay. Go back to working on the fence here. Still bringing in the rest of the llamas. So this is our domestic animal kind of barnyard section. I might go ahead and put the peafowl over here too, because I was thinking about peafowl in the zoo. Kind of gun shy about those birds after dealing with them in my franchise series over Wildlife Trek. Those are... Oh, they were a pain. They're still a pain. I don't have to intensively manage any other species in that zoo except for the dang peafowl. They're either overcrowded, or they're getting sick, or they're overcrowded and then they get sick, and then everybody gets sick, and I have to put in extra quarantine centers to accommodate all of them. But that won't happen in this one, because I have diseases turned off. Get these situated out here. Alright, that's pretty good. So our llamas, they are native to South America. They are a domesticated species, though. They were originally domesticated by the Andean cultures like the Inca. They're one of the few New World camelid species that we have. So they are related to their neighbors over there loosely. So llamas and the alpacas are domesticated South American camelids. In the Pleistocene, there would have been camelid species in North America as well. And then they do have their wild counterparts, which I'm surprised they gave us llamas and not either the Wanako or the vicunas for this game, which kind of would have made more sense. If I could ever get this fence lined up correctly, that would just be great. There we go, I think that's pretty close here. Okay, we have quite a few llamas in. How's our habitat size? So again, about triple, yeah, approximately triple of what they require, which is good. I like, especially in this type of a setting, to do these really big habitats. It's a little taxing on the game. Injured. Oh. Now you're supposed to send your animals into quarantine first before you put them in the habitat to catch stuff like that. I never do. I always forget that the quarantine exists until somebody gets sick. Okay, so at this point, you don't need to watch me just duplicate out fences in real time. So what I'm going to do is go into a speed build here, and then I will come back when it is complete. Alright, welcome back. So, got a lot done today. The llamas are in and they are happy in their habitat. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, that's just perfect. Drop them in unison too. I love it. And the camels are in too. They've put in a little water feature for them along with some rock work. So they are looking great. Open the zoo again and let the guests back in. They are loving it. Actually, they're probably not thrilled with the view, but they can deal. I'll probably just go ahead and turn this into a guest path and reroute the staff path because that's kind of dumb the way that is. This just came to me to put this in. Be a little sagebrush restoration area. So this property that we would have bought would have been pretty heavily used. We were doing some habitat restoration with it as part of our conservation education theme. So I'll continue this over into this area, which is eventually going to be the African Savannah area. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but only the North American animals are really going to have their plant requirements met because all the outdoor habitats are going to be planted with native plants that would fit in this setting. So yeah, there's going to be cheetahs in the sagebrush. It'll work. It'll be fine. In reality, animals don't really care what type of planting they have too much as long as it's not something that that if they eat it's going to make them sick. That's about all that matters there, as long as they have enough cover. But yeah, llamas are in. All this fence work is in. I love their little pond here. Even got some little places where the fencing's kind of broken down. Yes, you did it. You did it. They jumped this. It's awesome. I love it. So the barn's completely finished. Decided to go ahead and let the visitors in, even though they can't really see too much in here, but it works. Oh, a bunch of llamas in there. They like their shelter. So, that is the big barn area of Wild Mountain Lodge. Thrilled with how this came out. These more open, simple habitats, you can really make them interesting by heavily planting and decorating the exterior, which makes it look a little bit more realistic too, because when you have hoofstock, especially a large amount of hoofstock, and they're confined in a paddock or other pen setting, they're gonna trample everything down. Grass would not grow in here at all, in either of these. That's just the nature of, keeping hoofstock. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to leave it a like. Comment down below anything that you've seen, anything you'd like me to put on the workshop. I'm going to go ahead and upload the big barn. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Helps me grow the channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to be notified when I post a new video, hit the bell notification. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.